Hey dear fam, today let's talk about PM Narendra Modi and try and understand his politics. Modi ji perhaps saw an opportunity in cultivating Hindus as an unclaimed vote bank in his long political career. We Hindus read his way of dressing, his visiting temples, his days in RSS as his commitment towards Sanatan Dharma, which is facing a debilitating threat in the only place where it survives in the world still, which is here in India. Modi ji, on the other hand, I think was very clear in his intent. He wanted to be a PM of the great nation that is India and use his position perhaps as a leverage to find a standing in the international arena, to be counted among the great international leaders. But to be accepted in that Swiss set, he possibly cannot be seen as pro Hindu. So his prime ministership is cleverly maneuvered. In these many years, please tell me, what has he done for his core voters, or rather his only voters, the Hindus, or to finish off anti India forces within? Now, please notice that the entire bureaucracy of PM Modi has served corrupt Congress in the past and is beholden to the upkeep of the interests of Congress party that compensated all these years to be loyal to them. Why did PM Modi not bring in pro-India, pro-Hindu officers with a clean record? So Chidambaram, the wicked planner of Hindu terror myth, is still not in jail, or Vadra or Rahul and Christianity conversions mafia queen Sonia Gandhi. Subramania Swamiji has been a part of the Ayodhya Ram temple struggle and has brought our attention to the urgent need for Ram Setu to be declared a heritage site. So the BJP IT cell ramped up attack on Swamiji while Ram Setu gets neglected. Journalist Sandeep Dev shared that the whole Bhumi Pujan, where PM Modi was the star, was hurriedly planned when the party realized how Hindus have flocked with CM Yogi Adityanath when we saw the joyous visuals of him carrying the Ram Lala statue during quarantine. The sad truth of pro-Kashmiri Hindu abrogation of Article 370 is shared with us every day by Sri Sushil Pandit and Sri Javed Iqbal Shah, who have first-hand experience of ethnic cleansing and genocide of Kashmiri Hindus in 1990, and everyday anti-India and anti-Hindu stance of the central bureaucracy that continues unchecked till date. Do you ever wonder why Kashmiri Hindus have not gone back to their home? Do you know what is the status of pro-Hindu CAA that we faced so much of violence for? Shaheen Bagh, where we were chased and killed and burnt and raped. A Hindu pogrom still in cold storage. Where was PM Modi when Khalistanis who killed Hindus in Punjab were given free access to create mayhem? I have lived in Punjab. I have seen Hindu people murdered by Khalistanis. When PM Modi says Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, what he actually means is Hindus ka saath and Muslims ka vikas. As per figures shared by Sushil Panditji, 5 crore scholarships have been doled out by Modi government. More than 80% have been given to Muslims, 8% to the Christians, 4.5% to the Sikhs, and the Hindus have been allotted a grand sum of 3 point something percent. When we Hindus are the majority taxpayers, would a secular move not require scholarships to be given on economic need and merit rather than religion? Muslim youth are given special scholarships to compete in Indian bureaucracy exams, so empowering anti-Hindu system and not really helping poor, needy, marginalized Hindu youth. Why? Because why would PM Modi make a logical move when here is a chance for him to showcase himself as secular's ka baap? Hindu temples are going through an existential crisis. Desperate reforms are immediately needed. Where are they? Don't look at PM Modi because BJP government is an equal partner in weakening our temples. Sanjay Dikshit ji of the Jaipur Dialogue shared that Vishwa Hindu Parishad was sidelined, perhaps by the BJP. Bajrang Dal was crippled, perhaps by the BJP. And in lieu of Yogi Adityanath's CM-ship in UP, Hindu Yuva Vahini had to be dismantled on the demand, perhaps, of the BJP. The entire Hindu ecosystem that protected us was systematically broken so as to make us Hindus desperately dependent only and only on BJP. School books are written with the intent to shame Hindu kids. What has Modi ji done in so many years? If there was any doubt about the pro-Hindu intent of PM Modi, it is clarified from how West Bengal tragedy has played out. The situation is dangerous in West Bengal and is being compared to that of Kashmir. Shri R.S.N. Singh has hinted that Mamata Banerjee may have connections with illegal outfits like Jamaatul Mujahideen and Al-Qaeda. And yet, we were dangerously gaslighted by PM Modi into believing that Mamata was just a regular politician / sister or Didi who gifted him Bengali sweets. Why? And if a regular citizen like me knew there will be violence in West Bengal, is it possible to even imagine that PM Modi did not anticipate it? I don't have the guts to watch the visuals as they are so disturbing, so violent. Till now, PM Modi has done nothing. The party leadership scurrying away like fat, overfed rats in their luxurious planes and cars. By the way, do you know who has been the worst US president for the black American people? Barack Obama. I will share just one example of a place called Flint, Michigan, where majority of the population is of black people, Obama's voters. Due to greedy corporates assisted by local Republican leadership, the drinking water got contaminated. So contaminated that it became poisonous. What did Obama do? First, he ignored it. When pressure mounted, he went to Flint, Michigan, and in cringy drama asked for a glass of regular water while standing on stage surrounded by black people, and took a dainty sip of it, thereby absolving all criminals for poisoning the drinking water, due to which poor residents are suffering till date. Not one penny assistance was given to his core voters. Reminds you of Modi ji, doesn't it? Crying for Tabriz, Akhlaq, even Ghulam Nabi Azad and Shabana Azmi's Tuti Tang, but not one word for approximately 170 Hindus lynched to death in his tenure. Not one word for his 150 BJP Karyakartas killed in Bengal. Not a word for close to 30 Karyakartas beaten to death post-elections in Bengal. Not one word for so many young girls gang raped and brutally killed in Bengal by his Mamata Didi goons. Why? Perhaps because these visuals and numbers can be used as data to effectively scare us Hindus in future to stand behind PM Modi for protection. Hindus gave PM Modi a decisive landslide victory twice. What has he given the Hindus? Exposing us to death and destruction. A picture went viral recently during elections where a Muslim man is whispering into PM Modi's eager ears. Why the cringy tongue bath? To show us Hindus that Muslim community has free access to your ears while Hindus are being killed like flies? All we Hindus want is a life of equality, safety and dignity in our motherland. A demand that PM Modi is hell-bent on not committing to. This scary apathy is a wake-up call to all of us to stand up for ourselves. Where there is demand, there is supply, and eventually a pro-Hindu party may emerge. PM Modi is 100 times better, of course, than corrupt Congress. But even then, we have to make our vote count, push BJP into action, and above all, activate our grassroots organizations back to action. PM Modi has taught us a valuable lesson to not blindly depend on a politician. Let's move forward with that wisdom. India is in a huge, scary danger, and with PM Modi being so blind towards it, we have to be extra alert and come together. Our survival depends on our bravery and unity. Thank you for listening, fam, and I'll see you soon.